I know you already know that in this creator economy, visibility is the new currency. And if you are not visible, you are most likely losing something. But then how do you create that visibility? How do you create a brand, a personal brand that attracts people and they want to work with you, they want to collaborate with you? It just doesn't happen, right? It's not something that just happens. And it's not just by being consistent, which is the mantra. Everybody tells you to be consistent. But if you are consistent doing the wrong thing, then of course you are still not going to get the results that you desire. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the practical steps on how you can really begin to own your online presence, to begin to build that standout brand that is going to attract the global opportunities that you want. So stay with me. You may want to like, share, send it to someone because this is really going to be a masterclass. Let's jump right in. Now, when it comes to a platform like LinkedIn, which is the biggest networking platform on the globe, right? It's more than 1 billion users on LinkedIn. There's a lot of brain power on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the place where you have all sorts of professionals, PhDs, entrepreneurs, business owner. These are all the people that you are wanting to do business with. But how do you get them to notice you? Because it's not about who you know. It's about who knows you. It's about who likes you, who trusts you. How do you build that? These are some of the steps. The first one is you need to have great copywriting skills, right? You need to know how to write. You need to hone your writing skills. You need to write in a way that is engaging, write in a way that makes people want to listen to you. People read and they feel like, oh, wow, that person gets it. This person really got the thing. I can connect with what they are saying to me. If you get that copywriting, if you can check that box, you are really on that, especially for a platform like LinkedIn, then you are already on your way towards building a strong brand. But knowing how to write is just one part of the equation, right? Because yes, you can write and people would engage with you. People would kind of appreciate what you've written. But after that, the next one is where community building comes in. That is where the consistency, and not just consistency in writing, but consistency in engaging with people. It's very important that you are engaging with people, you are building community, you are intentionally reaching out to those people who you want to network with. You are finding ways, you are finding those middle ground and ways that is going to make them to notice you. If it's by engaging on their own posts, by reaching out to them in the DMs, by being strategic without being salesy. The whole goal of personal branding is for you to be able to sell without selling. That's where a lot of people miss it. And that's why most times you say, I'm reaching out to people, but they're not responding to me. But how are you doing your cold outreach? All those outbound reach that you're doing, how do you reach out? What kind of message do you have? How do you welcome people? How do you make people know that you see them, that you understand their pain points, and you're actually reaching out to them because you have solution to those pain points without outrightly selling to them? So that is another piece of the puzzle. So you know how to write, your copywriting skill is great, yes. Now you need to be consistent in building community and not randomly. It's not about networking with everybody. Everybody is not your person. Let's get that out there, right? Everyone is not your person. If you are building a brand and you are trying to serve everybody, then you are serving no one. And that brings me to the third point that I want to make, which is clarity. That's where strategy comes in. If you're building a personal brand, sometimes a lot of people face a lot of challenges because they have so many things going for them, right? They have a lot of skills. People will tell you, I know how to do this, I know how to do this, I know how to do 10 different things. I'm passionate about 10 different things. How do you now strategize so that you can package those things you need to do into 2 to 3 things so that your audience are not confused, so that people begin to hear your name, and once your name comes to mind for them, they will think about something. That's the whole point. Personal branding in its simplest form is the persona that you built, is the thing that people would say about you when you are not in the room. How do you build it such that your name becomes attached to something else? That when you, for example, you talk about Dr. Amaka, people hear my name and they will tell you, oh, personal branding, USA grad school. It comes to mind because you've been able to build that personality. You've been able to consistently grow it to the point that people now link your name to it. That is where clarity comes in. So you need to sit down with yourself and reflect and ask yourself, what are the things I enjoy doing? Believe you me, all the gifts God has given to you is not meant to be expressed all at the same time. Let's put that out there, right? The Bible has even given us a lesson on that. And what am I trying to say? For example, King Solomon, somewhere in Ecclesiastes, he was talking about, he said, invest in so many things. And then Paul, on the other hand, was talking about focusing, the power of one. So which one should it be? Should you spread yourself so thin, or should you be focusing on one thing? I'll say you need both, but you need to start like Paul. You need to kind of focus on one thing and really grow that thing, get to let people know you for that thing. And once people know you for that thing, it becomes easier to diversify. It becomes easier to spread your wing. And it's exactly the same thing with personal branding. So you need to look around you and figure out, of all the gifts I have, of all the goals, of all the things that I have going for me, which of them is the most important in a given moment? Which of them what is the lowest hanging fruit? That's the thing. Which one is the lowest hanging fruit that I can really start working on immediately, and then I can grow it and I can really hone that skill. And then once I have that established, it becomes easier to start adding other things to it. Believe you me, personal branding is a marathon. It's a long-time game. But with clarity, with understanding, it's important to start with a goal in mind. I always tell the people that I'm coaching, the people in my cohort, I said, if your whole goal of building a personal brand is so that you will show up on social media, so that people would like your post and engage on your post and you just get that dopamine boost, believe it or not, that's burnout waiting to happen, because you're wasting your time. You're going to be wasting your time as long as you don't begin to ask yourself, what is the point of what I'm doing? Why am I doing what I'm doing? Answering that question makes all the difference. So when it comes to a personal brand, copywriting skills, very important. It's important that you hone that skill. Community building skill, consistently building community, consistently being top of mind for people. And then most importantly, you need clarity. And this is where sometimes you may need to sit down with a coach. It may come to the point where you need to sit down with a coach and just let people guide through your thoughts. Let people listen to you and begin to tell you, okay, this is something, this is how we can package this. This is how we can do it. And these are some of the things that we do at Scholar of Mentoring Academy. Just helping professionals to begin to distill their message into something that is authentically them. Because the worst thing you can do for yourself is to build a personal brand that feels foreign to you. You build a brand and it doesn't feel like you. You get exhausted with pretending. You get exhausted because all the time you are putting on a fake persona. That is not what personal branding is. Personal branding is just an extension of yourself. So you need to be able to do something that feels real to you. There's no one size fits all, but it's just a journey. And being a part of a community that supports you, it makes it less lonely. When you stay around people of like minds, it makes it easier for you to achieve your goal. But if you're around naysayers, you're around people that are always complaining, people that always have a problem with every solution, believe it or not, you would also become that person. You become that person who would have all the negative things to say. Say, oh, other people are winning. Why can't it be me? It's because probably you've not put in the work. Personal branding requires putting in the work. It requires having the right strategy. How do you have the right strategy? You gain clarity through doing. It is a process that makes you. If you sit down and you wait and say, until I have all the clarity, until I have all my goals, all my I's dotted and all my T crossed, I'm not going to start. Believe me, believe it or not, you will never start. That's just a given, right? You are never going to start if you have that kind of mindset that because I'm not clear, because I have so many things, go out there and test the waters. Social media, it rewards creators, but it destroys consumers. That's just the truth. The people who create, the people who come out, they begin to do things. Before you know, they have a service they are selling, they have a product, they get monetized, they do all of these things. So they gain something, they gain thought leadership, they get promoted in their career, they improve their skills, they improve their communication skill, they improve their ability to network. They gain all of those leverage. But if you are just a consumer, it destroys you. You are wasting your time, you are wasting your data, you are wasting your life. You just keep scrolling and you're not adding anything. We all have a unique message to share. That's the truth. We all have something. There's always something you have that somebody absolutely needs. There's that thing you have that someone needs. So you have to be intentional about putting yourself out there. And the good thing is that no matter where you are, there is still someone you are ahead of. So show up for that person, but be willing to learn. It is that learning journey that helps you to improve, right? It's the learning journey that helps you to improve. When I look at the people that come into our 21 Days LinkedIn Elevation program, most of the time when they start, the people that graduate is a totally different group of people, not the people that started. Most of the time, they're always so surprised. The kind of testimonials that they give me. It's like, oh, wow, this happened. I'm so shocked. This happened. I'm like, yes, because now you are intentional. You are intentional about learning. You're opening yourself up. You're like, okay, now I need to figure this thing out. What do I need to do? What are some of the strategies that I need to put in place? So I hope this really helped you. This was just raw. This is not edited. This is not scripted. I just wanted to share my thoughts on personal branding. And I'm hoping that at least one person takes the time to watch this video and gain the clarity that they need to get started, or the motivation, the boost to understand that it's not just about learning how to write. It's also about knowing how to network, knowing how to build community, staying on course, being consistent. And lastly, it's about having the right strategy. That is the most important thing. If any of these elements are missing, something is going to be missing in your brand. What do I mean? If you have the time to show up, just like some youngsters do, because they have a lot of time, if you spend 7 hours of your day, 10 hours of your day showing up all the time, you will get engagement. That's the truth. The algorithm of whatever platform that you spend that amount of time in, especially like LinkedIn, that is a community-based platform. If you spend so much time, you get a lot of engagement. But can you convert that engagement? Can you convert it into sales, into thought leadership, into career advancement? Most likely not. So what's the point of it? You just get a dopamine boost. You have hundreds of engagements on your post. But then if your strategy is clear, you know what it is you want to do, you are so clear on the problem you want to solve, but still you don't show up consistently, then you are not able to build the know, like, and trust factor. It's still not going to work. And if you are just engaging with people, you are just posting general posts, you are engaging with everyone, and you don't have a strategy or you don't know how to write, it will still not work. So you need all of these ingredients if you really want to 10x your visibility. And improving your visibility with the right strategy and positioning yourself right, it equals to really improving your life. It's directly proportional. That's just the truth. I cannot tell you enough what being visible, just being there and being the thought leader and building that trust, I cannot tell you what it has done for me as a person. Some of you who have followed my story, you probably know. So I just wanted to share this, and it's been going on long enough. I don't want to keep going. I hope this helped you. If you found this video useful, connect with me. I'm always looking forward to meeting new people. Share the video to someone else. And I'll try to make more longer videos. I've been doing a lot of shorts for the past 2 months or so since I started posting on YouTube. And today I decided to freestyle, right? So this is probably the longest video I would have going on YouTube, and I'll see how it goes. Take care now, and I'll see you on the next one.